This Wednesday night from Fenway, the Red Sox bid for their 9th win in a row, the finale of the Texas series, an intriguing pitcher's duel between the ace Chris Sale and 45-year-old Bartolo Colon here on Rhode Island night. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us back at Fenway. I'm Dave O'Brien, my partner, the Hall of Famer, Dennis Eckersley, Jemiah Webster coming your way in just a couple of moments. Eck, Chris Sale is pitching great baseball. I don't know how he could be pitching better, and I have no idea how Bartolo Colon is still pitching in the majors, but he is.
You and me and everybody else. I mean, it really has been an incredible career for him. But Chris Sale, we know what he's been doing. The last 4 outings, he's been on time. 11 or more strikeouts with just 1 walk. The combination of strikeouts and control are ridiculous. We know all about Chris Sale. This is his 200th start tonight. That's a milestone. But guess what? The other guy's got 555 starts, and he's going after his 246th win, which means a lot to him. And what can you say about Bartolo? No one knew he would get to this point, but you have to tip your hat. This guy is not in the greatest shape. I mean, he doesn't really doesn't make pitchers look all that good, but look he can make it to 45 years old, and credit him, and whatever he does to stay in shape, be able to throw that baseball. I mean, to me, it's just a special guy.
And virtually nothing but fastballs. That's right. The amazing thing.
Yes.
Chris Sale throwing 100 miles an hour. Should be a lot of fun here tonight. Game number 3 between the Red Sox and the Texas Rangers. When we come back, Jemiah has more on Sandy Leon and the art of catching Chris Sale. Red Sox and the Rangers coming up. Game number 3 in just a moment. Sox and the Texas Rangers. Sox going for yet another sweep. Sandy Leon behind the plate. For more on that, let's send it down to Jemiah.
Well, Dave, Sandy Leon played in a career-high 85 games last year. He had 77 starts at the catching position, and now with Christian Vasquez going down 6 to 8 weeks after having a pin inserted into his right pinky, the lion's share of the catching load will land squarely on the shoulders of Leon. I caught up with him inside the clubhouse where he told me that won't be a problem.
I mean, I'm good. I feel ready, man. I mean, that's because we work. That's why we work the whole in spring training, the off season, just to get ready, just to play games. I feel really bad. I mean, because Christian went down. I mean, I think me and him since last year, we've been doing a really good job going back and forth every time. We got great starting pitchers, great relievers. But like I said, I feel good. I mean, no matter what happens, if I play every day, if I play every 2 days, I'm gonna be ready. I enjoy everybody. I enjoy Chris, I enjoy Sale, I enjoy Price, I enjoy Eddie. I got Eddie 2 days ago was the first time I got it. I think it's 2 years, since 16, and I enjoy that too. Every time I'm gonna catch, I'm gonna try to call the best game for them, and then they see if they can execute the pitches, then they're gonna be in good spot.
As Leon steps into this role tonight, there's a little bit of history there, as he was Chris Sale's almost personal catcher last year. He caught him 31 times. Chris Sale's on the mound again tonight, and he'll be caught by Sandy Leon. Last time Chris Sale was on the bump, he had 12 strikeouts against the Kansas City Royals. What does he do for an encore? Dave O'Brien, Dennis Eckersley on the call. That's when we come back.
Your local New England Ford dealers. William Ravis Real Estate, the official realtor of the Red Sox. And by Toyota's official website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Dennis Eckersley, Dave O'Brien with you on a beautiful night here for game number 3. Temperatures into the 70s, just perfect. Still plenty of sunshine here in the early part of the evening. Sox going for 9 consecutive wins, which would tie the season high, with Chris Sale on the mound against Bartolo Colon. Sox with a 3.5 game lead over the Yankees. If the Yankees lose again to the Orioles, and they are 4-5 against them this season, and the Red Sox win this game, Boston would be up 4.5, and that would be the biggest lead of the season for the Red Sox. We'll see how it plays out tonight as Chris Sale hits the mound against the Texas Rangers in search of his 10th win of the season. 9-4. And tonight making his 200th career start. And here's a look at the starting lineup for the Texas Rangers, who will take on this evening. Delino DeShields back at the top. He's in center field. Elvis Andrus at shortstop. Nomar Mazara is in right. The Hall of Fame bound DH is Adrian Beltre, hitting .289 but skidding right now. Odor hit an absolute blast out of here last night. Profar is at third. Robinson Chirinos does the catching. Joey Gallo in left field, and Ryan Rua at first base bats ninth against the Red Sox starter, presented by New England Audi dealers. Sale has been as good over his last 6 starts as we have ever seen the left-hander.
Yeah, the Red Sox defense is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. They are 4th in the league with 46 errors in 93 games. Around the infield, third to first, Eduardo Nunez tonight at third, Bogarts at short, Brock Holt at second, Mitch Moreland at first. Out in the outfield, left to right, Andrew Benintendi, Jackie Bradley Jr., and Mookie Betts. Behind the plate, Sandy Leon catching Chris Sale.
Here are the umps tonight, brought to you by Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Marvin Hudson's behind the plate. Bill Miller at first, Todd Titchener at second, Alan Porter at third base. We're available. This telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP presented by Toyota. Visit copper2toyota.com to see Toyota deals not seen on TV. Can't say enough good things about the weather tonight Clear skies, 71 degrees. Bit of a breeze in from right at 9 miles per hour. Alex Cora's team with the best record in Major League Baseball after yet another win last night and trying to sweep an opponent for the 3rd consecutive series.
Well, they got the right guy on the mound to try to make a sweep. I'll tell you, he's had his way with a lot of clubs. Pitched against Texas once before this year. 12 strikeouts. What new?
DeShields to climb in, just a .215 hitter, 2 home runs. Strike 1, run away. Andrus on deck.
Really only a couple hitters in this lineup with any history against him. You'd think that you'd see more at bats, but not many.
One of his gems of the season came against this ball club, the Rangers, back in Texas. A 6-1 win in May. He went 7. He allowed just 4 hits. He struck out 12 and walked only 1. He was in complete command. 2-2.
Start to get used to seeing him throw in the first inning high 90s.
Ever since he made a bit of a mechanical change, yep, he's been doing that regularly. The 2-2 will run in at 98.
That ball run or what? That's a tough catch right there. How are you supposed to showcase that pitch?
Might have actually been on the corner.
I know, I'm telling you. Look at this thing. Whoa.
3-2. And really pouring in fastballs. His last 4 starts, he has struck out 11, 13, 11, and 12. And he's walked just 1 batter in every one of those starts. The first pitcher ever to have 11 or more Ks, 1 or 0 walks in 4 consecutive starts.
Oh.
And that's strike 3. 98. He pinned DeShields to the plate. 1 man gone.
I tell you what, you can count on him throwing strikes. Doesn't matter if he's got 3 balls on anybody. He can throw a strike whenever he wants to, unless he wants to hump up. But this is what, 95 right there.
Mika Insurance, great service, great coverage, a great price for auto, home, and life insurance. Number 1. Elvis Andrus now .246 with 2 home runs. And a much better hitter than that. But he's essentially in spring training, coming back from a fractured elbow, a long stay on the disabled list, and
he looks like it.
He does. And facing a guy throwing 100 miles an hour. And then that.
Oh, that is awesome. Starts him off with a changeup, and he's looking fastball, gets way out front, and then this thing, this little frisbee all the way across.
Scales are already tipped in Chris Sale's favor on this hitter because Andrus is 2 for 25 against him. 1-2. Shin-Soo Choo out of the lineup tonight because he has a long on-base streak going, but not very good numbers against Chris Sale, to put it mildly. So it's a good night for him to rest. The 1-2. And
could have
indeed, but it wasn't.
I got to have this. This is the bottom of the strike zone. See how he catches it. He lifts it up a little bit. I think that's a strike.
You might have an early beef on a couple of pitches. 2-2. Softly hit foul. Van made the play. Not too shabby there. Fairly proud of the effort.
Man, some high fives.
Well done. 2-2 crack foul. Mazzara on deck. Let's take a look here. Did he get some help?
Ooh. Bounced around. Wasn't a clean catch.
That hit several different parts, I think, of that railing. Here's the 2-2. That'll get underneath Moreland and down the line. Betts over to pick it up on the warning track. Taken off is Andrus. He'll be into second base. And in standing up. Somehow squeaking under the glove of Mitch Moreland.
Wonder what they're going to rule this. I'd say it's an error because he just reached down to get it and he just didn't get it. What do you think there, huh? They might give this a double.
I think they're taking a long look at it.
You think anything that Moreland gets to is an out. You get sort of spoiled with the way he plays first base.
I thought it was playable for him.
Yeah.
They're going to rule it a double for Elvis Andrus. So he's into second. Mazzara 267, 15 home runs. He's driven in 56 runs.
Pretty good swing there on a breaking ball. He had a good swing last night on a breaking ball that he really hit out of the ballpark. That was the catch that Mookie Betts made over the fence. But you see this, anytime you see a decent swing on a breaking ball, left-handed hitter off of Sale, because Sale eats up left-handed hitters.
Mazzara just 3 for his last 29. They've got a lot of slumping hitters. 1 ball and 1 strike. Beltre would be next. Tampa Bay won again today. They beat the Tigers 4-2. They continue to be a big surprise. And they're now 4 games over 500. 1-2. Now 2 strikeouts tonight will give Sale the major league lead over Max Scherzer. He already put away to Shields, caught him looking to begin the ball game.
I mean, he's a strike thrower too. It's not like he's in and out of the strike zone like a lot of strikeout guys years previous to this. Walked a lot of guys. Not him.
Trying to pick up another K, and he does. A sweeping slider to Fan Mazzara. Strikeout number 2.
Well, he gets you to think he's going to throw a strike with that slider, and it's not even close. This ball's so far away. You cannot reach this pitch. You can't hit it, so you better not swing.
So Beltre next, the DH tonight. 289, 4 home runs. Decent numbers against Sale. 5 for 16 with a home run. That's a .313 career average. Andrus on what they called a double. Just getting started on a Wednesday night. Beltre scuffling along, 4 for his last 28. After he went 0 for 4, struck out 3 times last night against Velasquez and company. Odor on deck. Sale has not allowed a home run in 44 innings coming into play tonight. He jumps in front on another slider. 1-2.
So confusing to be up there. Backdoor slider inside, and then he can throw that high gas up and away. That's how he strikes out a lot of right-handed hitters. 3 off-speed pitches. He's got him set up for a high fastball, but might like that breaking ball. Nope.
And he gets the crowd buzzing for another strikeout. If he gets it, it'll be 3 in the first inning. The Red Sox taking on 45-year-old Bartolo Colon, who briefly played for the Red Sox. Well, he's played for everybody.
How many teams? 11?
Yeah. A lot of stickers on that suitcase. The 2-2 to Beltre. Broken back ground ball. Nunez has it. That retires the side, so he pitches around the double, and the Red Sox are coming up 0-0. Brought to you by Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Mookie Betts hitting .346, number 1 in the major leagues. Then it's Benintendi, Martinez, and Moreland. Xander Bogaerts on the 5-hole at short. Brock Holt at second. Nunez manning third. Sandy Leon doing the catching, and Jackie Bradley batting ninth in center field. Against the right-hander Colon, 5-6, 4.65 ERA, 5.11, about 280. And a win tonight will make Colon the all-time winningest pitcher for Latin America. He's won 245 times, currently tied with Dennis Martinez.
El Presidente. We talked about him last night because Gallardo looked a lot like him, pitched a lot like him. But we never really talk about how tall somebody is or how much they weigh, but you just can't help yourself.
Nicknamed the Big Sexy by former Mets teammate Noah Syndergaard.
For a guy to throw so many fastballs, no, not straight fastballs, not cross seamers, but two seam, four seam, he'd do it 80% of the time, mixes in a changeup and a slider. He's not going to throw more than 90. I mean, at the best.
In fact, his fastball has been averaging 87.5 miles an hour, the third slowest among qualified pitchers. Ripped into left field. That's going to drop down a base hit. Gallo to cut it. Mookie content with a single to get started tonight. He's opened up an 11-point lead over Altuve in the American League batting race.
Look at 3-1. He's going to let you hit. I mean, that ball wants to be hit. A little two-seamer that he leaves right out over the plate. You know what Mookie's been doing lately. He just rifles balls. Thought this had a chance to be a double, but you see Gallo come back and pick it off.
So a 9-game hitting streak for Mookie Betts. And now Benintendi, 298 with 14 home runs, and we will find out in about 35 minutes if he has made his first All-Star team via the fan vote. That announcement will come at 8 o'clock.
Colon is hard to run on, I'm telling you.
Bunting, but he fouls it away.
Not a bad idea. But Colon, he's around the plate. He's going to give you something to hit. He's not afraid to give up a bomb. He's given up 22 home runs in a little over 100 innings. If he gets that bunt down, it's not a bad idea. He base hit waiting for you.
And Betts again back in. Red Sox ripped 3 doubles in the 3rd inning last night. All of them could have been home runs in another ballpark. Benintendi, Swihart, Bradley, 417 feet, 405, 360. So they traveled a collective 1,182 feet, yet none of them are homers.
I told you, a lot of footage with no balls left the ballpark. There was a time when Colon, nobody ran on Colon. Nobody.
So Mookie Betts, and heard him chatting with Bill Miller, veteran umpire at first. Not running, and that is off. Colon's going to roll to Profar. He'll throw on to get him at first base. Down to second. Mookie Betts safely. So Colon deflected it, kept it on the infield.
Yeah, let's take a look at the Rangers defense tonight. They are second from the bottom. American League, 69 errors, 93 games. Around the infield, Jurickson, Profar at third, Elvis Andrus at second, Rougned Odor at second, Ryan Rua at first. Out in the outfield, left to right, Joey Gallo in left, Delano DeShields in center, and Nomar Mazara in right. Behind the plate, Robinson Chirinos catching Bartolo Colon.
J.D. Martinez, 332, 28 homers, 77 RBI, and a 6-game hitting streak. Has a home run in the series. He's gone 3 for 7. Betts at second with 1 away. No score in the first. Cologne has already lost to the Red Sox in early May in Texas 5-1. JD Martinez was part of that.
Yeah, Devers took him deep twice. Remember? It was his idol. He took his idol deep twice that night.
Night to rest tonight for Devers. That's why Nunez is in at third base. In that game, though, Cologne did manage to go 7 innings.
This was that night where he gave up 4. That was something soft that didn't get way out of here, but it looked like he crushed it when he first hit it. Good enough.
That was when Martinez was just starting to get warmed up. That night in Arlington. Cologne really slowing down the tempo here with a man in scoring position early. In there at 88.
We saw Chavez try to come in there with a sinker the other night. He hit the 3-run bomb on, what was that, Monday night.
Martinez with 2 career home runs in 14 at bats against Bartolo Colon. Fouled away. Been doing that a lot lately, hasn't he?
Yeah, that's what he does with balls down and in.
Fouling him off his foot.
That's dangerous in there. I'll tell you, if it's not sinking, it's not inside. It's a long ball in there waiting to happen. Got him set up for something away, that's for sure. He's gone in there twice in a row.
Well, the other day in Kansas City, fouling off a calf, 2 off his foot. That one seemed to get him up a little higher around the ankle. Mookie Betts leading off second, 1 away.
Oh.
3-2.
Tried to paint him in the corner. It looked good, didn't it? He's sitting outside to begin with.
Mitch Moreland on deck. Yankees and Orioles have gone a second inning. They're 0-0. And scoreless here in the first inning. 3-2. And struck him out. Caught him looking. 2 gone.
Front door cutter. I mean, this is a great pitch. After painting him down and away, he comes inside, and this is not a sinker. It's a cutter. Watch it cut late. Beautiful pitch. Nothing you could do about that.
Bartolo Colon at 45, the second oldest player in Rangers history, a year younger than the great Nolan Ryan, who was 46 years old when he tossed his last pitch for Texas in 1993. Mitch hitting .285, 11 home runs.
Man, Nolan Ryan's no hit us in 1990. What did that make him? 43, 44 when he no hit us.
Incredible.
Incredible.
And how many one hitters did he have in his career?
I don't know. He had 7 no hitters, right?
Yeah, I believe it was.
Yeah,
7.
He's the man.
The 1-0. Red Sox trying to bring in that first run with Betts at second base. Moreland drove in 2 runs in last night's win. Hasn't played that many games against Texas, his former team, 10 of them, but against them he's hitting .467. Our key matchup presented by Sullivan Tire Complete Auto Service, always here to get you there. Mitch Moreland, career against the Angels, has included 9 RBIs in the 10 games. Bogart's on deck. No score in the first. And the 3-0 dropped in there at 89. Colon has worn the uniform of the Indians, the Expos, the White Sox, the Angels, the Red Sox, the White Sox again, the Yankees, the A's, the Mets, Atlanta, Minnesota, and now Texas. 11 ball clubs. Runner goes. And a high fly ball in the center field, but DeShields is under that, and he's got it to retire the side. One man left. Odor, Profar, Chirinos against Chris Sale, who struck out 2 men in the first inning, pitched around a double onto the glove of Mitch Moreland, and got out of that inning without any issues. Red Sox about to face a division opponent for the last 4 games before the All-Star break, with the Toronto Blue Jays coming in. And tomorrow night, 7:10, David Price will be on the hill. Rick Porcello will go on Friday. Eduardo Rodriguez set to go on Saturday. Red Sox have not announced the Sunday starter, the last game before the break. Odor, 242. Homered here last night, a ball that traveled 447 feet. And he has legit power. Not a big guy, but man, does he swing it. 33 home runs 2 years ago, 30 last year. Lifts a high pop into left field. Benintendi plenty of time. And the would-be All-Star puts that away. We're going to find out about 20 minutes or so whether he won the fan vote. He was running second behind Gene Segura of Seattle most of the day yesterday into today in the fan vote. Profar to climb in, 247. He's belted 9 home runs. Red Sox will begin the second half of the season on the road at Detroit. Tigers are 14 games under 500. 0-1 from Sale.
Yeah, like we said, that's why we needed to take advantage of these clubs. Not necessarily Washington, because they're not an easy, but Kansas City, Texas, Toronto, and then after the break, Detroit and Baltimore. I mean, you got to make up some ground there.
Although you never know which ball club is going to give you a headache, and the Yankees are finding that out with Baltimore, aren't they?
Yeah, somebody's going to do it. But you know, there's no getting around. There's some bad ball clubs. You know, when Kansas City, it just was not good at all. And Baltimore is horrible. That's why for them to take what, 4 out of 5 from New York. Is it?
Another one in the direction of Moreland. He'll snatch this one up and get the out to set down Profar. 2 fast outs. And Chirinos to climb in next. The Orioles, even with the recent success against the Yankees, are 26 and 66.
I mean, jeez.
37.5 behind the Red Sox. 37.5. Chirinos hitting just .204, but he tries to hit it out. He's hit 11 home runs.
Sale usually starts you off with a changeup. Not now. This is a fastball.
The lanky lefty. And that one ripped into left field. A solid single. Chirinos got around on that for the second hit of the ball game for Texas.
Yeah, tomorrow at 6. Don't miss Red Sox first pitch, presented by Joseph Abood. Available at Men's Warehouse. TC, Jim, and Steve will break down Chris Sale's start. Sale kind of reversed it that time, threw him a fastball, then a changeup, and that's why he pulled it.
Gallo at 189 with 21 home runs. He hit a foul ball home run here last night that, I mean, it was fouled by a good 30-40 feet, but he turned around, looked at the umpire like, oh, you going to make a ruling on that?
His eyes are just bulging, huh? I mean, he hit it. You don't ever see anybody hit up that second deck foul down the line.
Off the outside for a ball, and he goes to 2-0. He is 1 for 9 against Sale with 6 Ks.
I mean, he does walk a little bit. He walked last night a couple of times. All of a sudden he gets patient, and then he comes out of his shoes like he doesn't care where it is.
Oh, he can do that with anybody. He can really unload, and right through there at 99.
He's messing around. 2-0 challenge piece.
Sale struck out to Shields and Mazzara in the first inning. Nobody yet here in the second. Two away. And now 2-2.
He just knows when to throw a strike and when not to. I mean, it's one thing he calls a slider. That doesn't mean you have to throw a slider for a strike. That's what the feel is for a pitcher. Take a little off, throw a hard one, soft one.
Sure, add, subtract.
Yeah. Last fraction of a second you do it. So that sweeper.
Well, full count here on Gallo. Ryan Rua would be next.
You don't know what he's going to throw here. Thinking he's just going to party and cross seam it as hard as he can.
3-2 runner goes, and in there for strike 3. He throws him with the slider. Down goes Gallo, and 3 in the book for Sale.
Buckalage.
Comforts of home presented by Bernie and Phil's, and the Red Sox Major League Baseball home ranks entering today. 288, Red Sox #1, runs per game almost 6, also tops in slugging and OPS. Right now at Bernie and Phil's, buy with no money down and 0 financing for up to 5 years. Xander Bogaerts leading off the second inning against Bartolo Colon. Xander 277. He's homered 14 times, 56 RBI. Drove in 2 last night with his first triple of the year. First since last September.
And 2 perfect pitches. This is what Colon can do. That's why he's pitching at 45 with mediocre cheese, to say the least.
Punch foul. The guy who used to throw 100 miles an hour.
Right.
In his prime.
I mean, he used to blow. I mean, I'm talking about get it.
2005, he was the American League Cy Young winner. He went 21-8 for the Angels. And as recently as 2013, when he was 3 years removed from being out of baseball a whole year, he went 18-6. Up the middle, a base hit. Andrews couldn't reach it. Red Sox have their second knock tonight against the right-hander. Xander Bogaerts is on.
I thought he was going to get to this ball, but just out of his reach. A little cutter that Bogey hit just sharply enough to get up the middle. I'm thinking Andrus gets to everything. I assumed he was going to gobble that up.
Yeah, really not that close. Brings up Brock Holt, 295 with a home run. He's 1 for 3 against Bartolo. Colon famously left the Red Sox late in the one season he played in Boston. To return home for personal matters. Didn't really have permission. And he was put on the restricted list in September that year. He also hurt his back swinging in an interleague game. He throws that one away. He tosses it right to the camera well, it looked like. And Bogaerts will advance. Bartolo Colon with an E1.
A little quick, a little pick off, trying to give him his best move. Runs into the baseline. Ruoch just can't get a glove on it. Look at this. Gets in the way of Bogey.
So first 2 innings, the Red Sox have had a scoring chance. Third baseman Profar was in angling against a bunt. The Red Sox do not bunt very often. Nunez on deck, scoreless here in the second. The 2-0.
Almost like a changeup. It was a 2-seamer that sunk. It is a 2-seamer. Ball goes down just a hair at the end. Got a big hole there between short and third for Holt. Slap that thing the other way.
On the infield, top 2 Odor. He'll go to first base. And into third safely is Xander Bogaerts with 1 away.
Yeah, tonight after Red Sox coverage on NESN Sports Today, we'll have a full recap of tonight's Red Sox game, plus highlights from the New York Yankees and Baltimore Orioles game. NESN Sports Tonight is presented by People's United Bank, where the technology is as helpful as the people.
Brock Holt advances the runner. Now the infield comes in with Nunez the batter at 256, half a dozen home runs.
Brock did exactly what he's supposed to do.
Nunez is 0 for 8 lifetime against Colon. Xander Bogaerts 90 feet away. Goes after the very first pitch. That's common for him. And Colon with men on is in absolutely no hurry. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Nunez. 1 ball and 1 strike. Sandy Leon on deck.
Colon tries to make those perfect pitches down on the corners. He doesn't really have a put away pitch.
Bogart's a bit down the line at third, and the 1-1. He skipped it, and a good stop by Chirinos. Before Bartolo Colon came to the Red Sox, a record of 150 and 97. And since leaving the Red Sox, 95 and 85. He actually has a lower ERA since he left Boston. Over 231 starts. It was 409 before he came to the Red Sox and 402 since then.
I believe he made an all-star team with the A's. Had a couple good years with the A's. Had some PED episode at some point too. I don't know when. In fact, I think he was with the A's when he got suspended.
Yep, it has been a fascinating career. Longer than anyone would have imagined. And he popped him up. Racing out Odor, coming on to Shields. Odor circling back, and he can't get it. It falls in. Here comes the run. And down to second scampers Nunez. Boy, Odor had all sorts of trouble. You see this when you have the infield in like that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, a can of corn like that for an infielder is deathly, especially when the infield's in. You got to go. You're back to the infield. You turn around, and he doesn't know where he is. Doesn't even get a glove on it, I don't think. He sticks his glove out and he probably hit him in the wrist. But you saw that coming. You just saw it coming.
Bogart scoring easily there. It'll be an E4. So they made 2 errors in the inning. One on Odor, the other on Colon. And Nunez quickly got down to second base. So 1 down, another man in scoring position. Sandy Leon, 252 with 4 home runs. Red Sox grabbed the early lead.
This isn't the greatest defensive team anyway. Like I said, they're second from the last in defense.
Leon, as of late, swinging a good stick. And playing a lot with the injury to Christian Vasquez. Last 12 games hitting .324. Christian wearing that sling after the surgery to insert a pin into that pinky finger, which he broke while sliding headlong into second base. He was wearing the protective glove, the oven mitt, but it did not matter.
The glove was on the hand he hurt.
Yeah.
You see a lot of guys wearing that glove. Makes sense with everybody headlong dives.
Two strikes on Leon with 1 down. Popped up into center, backing out Andrus. 2 away. Back to that play in Kansas City.
Yeah, this is a headlong dive into second base. You see him. You know, he landed on his belly. He didn't see much there, but see his right hand. We can't see what happened underneath.
Yeah, got caught.
Yes.
Speaking of catching, he actually went back behind the plate in the bottom of that inning and tried to continue to work, but that's when the swelling started. A lot of pain. Out he came, and he's gone 6 to 8 weeks. Jackie Bradley, 205 with 6 home runs. Jackie with that batting clip over 200. Last night, 2 doubles. He drove in a pair. Last 13 games, he's a .333 hitter with 12 RBIs. So the hits have been coming at a very good time for the Red Sox. I know Alex Cora is particularly delighted that he went the other way with that opposite field double.
Well, you're always thrilled to see him do that. You know, and have some success with it too. I mean, in one game, driving 2 runs. Try to get a triple on that last one. Close play, threw him out. Swings the bat so much better in Fenway Park. Maybe that has something to do with it, that he gets rewarded when he hits the ball the other way.
Nunez on at second, a run in. Red Sox had 1-0.
Yeah, this is the fastball that he got down and away, and he just stayed right on it. And that ball goes all the way to the wall. You see Swihart digging. He could run for a catcher, and you see close play there. Thought they were going to review it, but he was out.
Run scored on that play as he attempted to take third base and was cut down, but the run came in before that.
Luckily.
2-1, cracked right back to Colon. He fires a strike to first base, but a run scores. A couple of errors there for Texas. 1-0 the Red Sox. Congratulations on the Impact Award.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And Becca, we'll see you again soon.
You will.
As we continue to churn through our New England
More
states.
Congratulations.
All the
Thank
wonderful
you.
work done here in New England. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
1-0. The Red Sox with the lead here as we go to the third inning. Chris Sale back at it against Ryan Rua. It was a 189 hitter, 4 home runs. He'll be followed by DeShields and then Andrus. At the end of the month, we'll be joined by the Impact Award winners from New Hampshire, Maine, and Connecticut. And he makes quick work of Rua. Here's the presentation earlier tonight from Margaret Holland McDuff, the Rhode Island Family Service from the Red Sox Foundation. So 4 strikeouts tonight.
That was a quick one there, huh? 1, 2, 3, boom, boom, boom. Sliders doing the damage tonight early on.
DeShields struck out looking in the first inning. So he is 0 for his last 20.
They've got a few guys not swinging the bat now.
Thought about it, but he held off. 98 off the plate. And a 1-1 fouled away. Andrus on deck. He doubled first time up under the glove of Mitch Moreland.
Boy, it's so great to watch attack mode, isn't it? It just, in this day and age, really, we were squawking the other night about, oh, this guy's taking too long. I mean, you watch Sale, and I mean, he just gets it, and he's attacking that strike zone. Giddy up on that thing.
The tempo is something to behold, isn't it?
It is. And he's not afraid to throw 3 balls. I mean, you know what I mean? He's not, you know, worried about walking somebody. He never does.
Little looper and foul ground. Moreland giving chase, ranging over. He's got it. 2 down.
Yeah, don't miss WB Mason extra innings right after the game. TC and Steve will break down the key plays of the game, and you'll hear from Chris Sale and Alex Cora, who but WB Mason, celebrating over 20 years of same-day delivery.
Andrus, one of the 2 hits so far against Sale tonight, with a 2 base hit that barely made it into the outfield, somehow getting under the glove of Mitch Moreland, and went for a double. But on the road trip, he had been just 3 for 22. One and one on Andrus.
You know, after having 200 starts, Chris Sale starts to kick in on who's ever done anything after 200 starts. And next thing you know, he's #1 in a lot of things now. You know, he's amazing to me is the strikeouts to walk. You know, it's one thing you strike out close to 1,800 guys, but his strikeouts to walks almost 6 to 1. It's unheard of. It's like sort of Kurt Schilling-ish, right? That's Kurt was like that. Never walked anybody, punched a ton of guys out.
Schilling-ish.
Schilling-ish.
Yeah, he never walked anybody. 2-2.
No. And he was punching out 300 guys regular in National League.
He was.
Roger.
Sale actually holds the highest strikeout to innings ratio and strikeout to walk ratio in the live ball era.
Right.
The minimum of 1,000 innings pitched. 2-2. Fly down the left field line, hit it for the corner, but that'll be a foul ball up in the sweet level. So 2-2 on Andrus. Mazzaro would be next. Red Sox in front 1-0 in the third.
You know the kind of stuff he has. He can't pitch to contact, could he? I mean, he throws it in there. They don't hit it.
Why would he want to?
I mean, I understand, but you know, he doesn't even throw a lot of pitches doing that, right? I mean, you think more strikeouts, more pitches.
Yep.
He's economical, punching people out.
Not many can do that. Popped into right center field. Jackie Bradley sauntering in, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for Sale.
Red Sox Show has you covered as TC brings you all the must-see moments from the past week. Don't miss the Ultimate Red Sox Show Sunday at 5:30, presented by Sam Adams, the official beer of the Boston Red Sox.
Bottom three, 1-0. Red Sox have the lead as they work on a 9-game winning streak, trying to get to 9 in a row tonight. Against Cologne and Texas, Mookie Betts singled in the first inning, got into scoring position. He is number 2 in runs scored in the American League, number 1 in slugging percentage. And now 9-game hitting streak for Betts.
Well, he just tries to nail that corner, tries to keep it down and nail that corner. He's got a little two-seamer that he runs off the plate and tries to bring it back on the outside corner. And we've seen the slider, but what's he doing here?
Jammed him.
Yep. So he knows he's got to move the ball around.
He broke in the big leagues back in 1997.
When did he get traded? That's what I want to know. What was that year?
For the first time?
Yeah, to Montreal.
Yeah, 2002.
I want to talk about that trade. That is, to me, was an outrageous trade as far as the Indians stole those players from Montreal. I mean, you go back to that trade. In fact, that's the year he won 20 games. 10 games with Cleveland, 10 games with Montreal. You know, after he got, that doesn't happen very often. But the guys he got traded for, listen to these guys. Grady Sizemore, Brandon Phillips, Cliff Lee. Those 3 guys were stars.
Yes.
Stars.
Truthfully.
That was before they were stars.
Yep. He broke in your last year in the majors.
I know how long that was.
That'll be ball 4. You're feeling it every day, huh?
Oh, man.
Mookie Betts on for the second time tonight. You saw how young some of the Red Sox were when he got going.
I only made it to 44. He made it to 45.
44, 45 years old to still be playing professional anything.
Yeah, but I'm throwing 1 inning, man. This guy's tossing it up there for whatever.
Well, he went 7 against the Red Sox back in May, although the Sox beat him 5-1. Benintendi now 0 for 1. He is grounded out to third base. Now the Cubs and the San Francisco Giants are playing the 13th inning. They're tied up 4-4. By now, we were told earlier today baseball was going to make the announcement on who was going to be voted in by the fans. Benintendi was running second at the time in the American League in the fan vote. We're being told now that it won't happen until after that Cubs and Giants game, as it's lined into left field for a base hit. Mookie Betts down to second base. So first 2 Red Sox have reached here in the 3rd inning in front of Martinez. So we're going to have to wait a little bit longer.
Yeah, a little two-seamer that doesn't. Well, it's going down. That goes to show you how good on one knee. Watch Benny get down on one knee and hits this ball to left field. You don't see that every day, the way he took the stroke out there.
And by the way, the reason for the wait is that game we mentioned, Cubs at San Francisco, is on MLB Network. MLB Network has the official announcement slot, and so they want to wait until the game is over. And so we will too. JD Martinez 0 for 1, struck out looking first time up.
Got to make him get the ball up just a little bit.
Lots of speed on the bases for the Red Sox. And Cologne in some trouble. Nobody out. And a ground ball to Andrus. To Odor. 1 out. 2 out. Turn the double play with Mookie Betts down to third. 6-4, 3-2 gone.
Yeah, Cologne makes a good pitch. You know everything down's going to have some little action on it. Ball didn't really sink all that much. He had to reach for it and then turned it over. And they do what they're supposed to do, turn it easily.
Cologne used to be a flamethrower. Now he's cagey.
He has a hard time punching anybody out.
Moreland 0 for 1. A fly to center. Red Sox 3 hits. Texas with a pair against Chris Sale.
And you got to work to get that ball down too. Bend over and get it down.
And a burly right-hander with a 1-0. Missed the inside. Two balls, no strikes. Good count here from Moreland. Xander Bogaerts has a base hit and has scored the only run of the ball game. He's on deck. Here's the 2-0. Cologne back on April 15th retired the first 21 Houston Astros that he faced. So he's had some games even to now that are a flashback to the old Bartolo Colon.
I saw that game too. He was dotting the outside corner with that little comeback two-seamer all night.
You watch a lot of baseball.
Yeah, I know.
You really do.
I know.
3-0. Taken all the way, ball 4. There's walked 2 men in the inning, but he's got a huge double play. Xander Bogaerts trying to break him up here. First and third. It's winning Wednesday, and if the Red Sox win tonight, Plain Ridge Park Casino will donate $777 to the Relay for Life of North Attleboro. So the Red Sox are getting early opportunities. They had a base hit, 2 errors committed last inning by Texas. Sox got 1 run. Base hit in first inning. Nothing came of that, although man got into scoring position. 2 walks and a single in this inning.
You know, Betts hit the ball hard the first time up, but for the most part, they haven't hit the ball very hard.
Xander last week was the American League Player of the Week, hitting .350 with 10 RBIs. He has Betts at third, Moreland at first. I was geared up to find out about that All-Star vote at 8 o'clock. I'm a little sideways on that now.
Yeah, they fake pumped you, man.
Big time. 1-1 will drift outside. Did you see what happened with Terry Francona yesterday?
Yeah, I did.
With the Indians, miscommunication. They brought in the wrong relief pitcher, and it cost them.
Yeah, the guy came in and gave up a 3-run double, bases clearing double to Votto.
There were 2 outs, bases loaded. Tito wanted a new relief pitcher to close it out. He requested OP, Oliver Perez.
And Otero came in.
He got Otero instead, and he gave it up. That's going to be out number 3. Red Sox threatened but cannot score.
guys, is headed back to his home in Arizona sometime soon, and he talked with us extensively about his plans and hopes during that time, and he told me that the hope is continue with the program that he's been on. The difficulty with being here is that the training staff is trying to get 25 guys ready to play each day, and the special attention that he needs, he's not necessarily getting it. So he's going back to Arizona to hopefully do that. And the thought was when he came back, because he played in 3 games, was that he was able to play through healing while his knee was strengthening and everything. But when he had a day off, because he said he felt fine when he was playing, but when he had a day off, that's when he felt the soreness. He says being shut down obviously is a disappointment, but with a team that's 35 games above 500, it makes the days go by much easier as he continues to heal. Hopefully he'll get back this season, he says.
Okay, thanks for that update, Jemai. I know a lot of folks and Dustin Pedroia fans around Red Sox Nation, around the country, eager to find out what the plan is moving forward. Alex Cora believes he will play for the Red Sox at some point this season.
You know, it's just brutal for him all the way around, not being able to be a part of this and everything that he did to get ready for this season. You know, he had a date all set and he came back. He got back here. You just don't know when he'll be back.
0-1 to Mazzara, rolled toward first base foul, and it was against the Texas Rangers just last season that Dustin Pedroia made that ridiculous play.
Oh yeah,
that defensive play out in short right field, along with Mitch Moreland, the two of them. But the lion's share of the play was certainly just genius by Dustin Pedroia.
Yeah, that was a 9th inning game, is what it was.
Yeah, the game was on the line, really.
Napoli had just taken Kimbrel deep. I mean, I know the whole game. I was there, and he tied it up, which is a shocker to begin with. Gomez was up next, hit a ground ball somewhere. Right, and that they threw it away, and it went off the brick somehow
along the right field line behind first base.
Right, and this Gomez can run now, and when he made the play off the bricks, he should have. I don't even know what he was doing in the vicinity, and he threw it off balance. And Moreland had, you know, he knew where he was supposed to go, and they tagged him. It was just a great play.
Great play. One of the best I've ever seen, and you've ever seen Dustin Pedroia make. One, two, cracked on the ground to Brock Holt. He'll hoover that up and get him. And Mazzara is 0 for 2. Time now for our social drive, brought to you by Ram Trucks, built to serve. Here's Casey.
For the Ram Social Drive, thank you very much. This Japanese TV show, they introduced a new member, and it's a Shohei Ohtani puppet. It's creepily realistic, has moving eyebrows, moving lips, and it can even hit home runs. Check out the video on Twitter, but if horror films like Chucky keep you up at night, I would suggest otherwise. That is your Ram Social Drive.
All right, Casey.
I got to check it out.
It is a little odd, you know, when the stuff's moving and everything.
Yeah.
Also looked like he had like a broken leg. He was wearing a cast.
A red cast.
Beltre 0 for 1. He's grounded to third. Red Sox in front 1-0 in the 4th inning. Behind Chris Sale, bidding for his 10th win. Right before Toronto comes in. So far, that has been worth it. Red Sox have beaten Texas first 2 games of the series, going for the sweep tonight. One, two, hammered into left field, headed to the wall. That one grabs some tin, picked off by Benintendi. A long single for Adrian Beltre. That's their 3rd hit tonight against Sale.
You throw him enough slider, he's going to get to one. He's lucky he didn't hit this ball out of the ballpark. You see this sweeping slider. It's kind of flat. Yeah, it's come down a little bit, but he goes down and get it. A lot of times he hits that ball out of the ballpark.
You mentioned he's had success against Sale before, and he's 1 for 2 tonight. Odor ready to hit, 0 for 1, and he is flat out to left. Odor sitting there with 6 home runs, takes a big cut and a miss for strike 1. We were talking about that rather absurd play that Dustin Pedroia made late that night last year in Arlington, Texas.
Gas.
99 miles an hour. Here's a look at it.
See the throw. He doesn't even come close to that throw, but he hit the bricks. And there's what is Petey doing there? And then off balance flip. Moreland backpedals to get back to the bag, and they tag out Gomez.
That was incredible.
It really was. They ended up winning that game. Now there's no outs if he's safe at first base right there, or if that ball goes into the stands.
In there, caught him looking. Strike 3 with the slider. Odor will take a seat.
Well, he did this to Joey Gallo earlier. This is a breaking ball, sweeping breaking ball, kind of up middle. Not a great breaking ball, but guess what? Pair of shoes.
Every time a Sox pitcher strikes out a Rangers batter, Lexus will donate $50 to the Greater Boston Food Bank. Hey, the Giants just walked off a win against the Cubs deep into extra innings. Up the middle, Xander Bogaerts shoveling ahead for Brock Holt, and in the end, a fast inning for Chris Sale. All Sox fans, you can pick up KM Fenway Franks at your grocer right now. KM, together we grill. We're talking about the fan vote and vote Benny. The vote is in, and Andrew Benintendi finished second. Gene Segura of Seattle won the fan vote for the American League. He'll be going to the All-Star game, voted in by the fans for that last spot. Benintendi wound up in second place. So that is now official as Brock Holt.
He did what he could.
His campaign chairman. I'm sure he'll have an announcement after the game himself, a statement. 0 for 1 with a ground out to second. I'm going to bet the ranch that Andrew Benintendi will find his way to the All-Star game in the very near future.
Oh, yeah.
Nunez on deck, then Sandy Leon against Bartolo Colon. The coaching staff of the Red Sox had more plate appearances coming into this game against Colon than the Red Sox lineup. Yeah, he's been around a while. Andrus will fire on to get him. Brock Holt retired. He's 0 for 2.
Yeah, tomorrow at 6:30, don't miss Red Sox Game Day Live presented by DCU. TC Jim and Steve will preview the upcoming series against the Blue Jays. DCU, Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you?
Nunez reached on an error in second inning by the second baseman Odor on a pop-up. Did not get an RBI on that, but a run did score as Xander Bogaerts came racing in. He had singled and he had reached second on a throwing error by Colon, so it was a sloppy inning for Texas. Shortstop has it. Andrus again. Been pretty busy. 2 down.
This is what Colon does when he's got it going on. I tell you, he picks the corners a little bit and the ball sinks. Keep it down. A lot of weak ground balls. They've only hit the ball hard maybe twice. You know, he's kept the ball in the ballpark. That's something he really hasn't done all year.
Sandy Leon 0 for 1. He's popped to short. Sox up 1-0 early. This is the first time the Red Sox have been 35 games over 500 since the end of play October 2nd, 2004, when they were 98-63. And right now 64-29.
They got the wild card that year, right? 94.
Man, did it end well. Wave and a miss, and down goes Sandy Leon. 1-2-3. Go to Red Sox. The official freight carrier of Major League Baseball and the Red Sox. Sullivan Tire and Complete Auto Service, and by KM Together We Grill. Dennis Eckersley and Dave O'Brien with you. Jemai Webster as well as Chris Sale finishes his warm-up tosses here. The Red Sox with a 1-0 lead going to the 5th inning. Red Sox have won 11 out of their last 13 against the Rangers, including the last 5. Really having their way with Texas. Chirinos, Gallo, and Rua are the bottom third of their order.
Threw him 2 changeups last time up. Got a base hit on the second one.
One of 3 hits for the Rangers. Sox also with 3.
Yeah, they play him to pull on the infield, but not in the outfield. This guy seems like an all or nothing hitter.
Yep, 207 with 11 homers.
Will he give him a fastball?
On 2-1, and he did. 3-1. He hasn't walked anyone in this one.
And he hates to walk guys, believe me. Let alone 1-0 game. What we got? Change up. How about that?
On 3-1. So he puts him on ball 4. Chirinos has reached twice. Single and a walk now.
Hey, Red Sox fans, help us out by taking a quick survey about where and how you use NESN Go. You'll have a chance to win 2 Red Sox Yankee tickets to a game in August. Visit NESN.com/survey today for your chance to win.
Well, when you're 64-29, you've been good in many areas of the game, many parts of a series, but in series finales like tonight, Red Sox have been incredibly dominant. They are 23-6. Winning percentage is 79%. Going to beware of the bunt, even though Gallo is a slugger.
He's not going to bunt.
And he'll take one just off the outside at 98. So 2-0.
This ball's got some hair on it too, a little outside. Looked like he got mad. Sale got mad. I don't know, maybe at himself.
Big cut, foul back, 2-1.
That ball 2-0 looking fastball and it's coming right at you.
Chirinos on with a walk.
It's like swinging the bat and it hits you in the chest or something, you know. You get so geared to swing.
.99 that time. He humped it up a bit. We've not seen 100 tonight, have we?
Now we're getting serious. That's what we got. Guy on first, nobody out, 2-1. He's got to hump up, and he does. Last night, Gallo got to a high fastball off Workman that he hit off the center field fence.
2-2. And he sits him down. There's 100. Right on the nose to strike out Gallo for the second time.
I mean, look at this pitch. This is ridiculous. This is 100 miles an hour dotted on the outside corner after you almost hit him in the chest a couple pitches before. I gotta have it. It's just so pretty. Look at this thing. Boom, right there. Yes.
Rua whiffed and was caught looking in the third inning. He starts him off with a slider for a strike. Half a dozen strikeouts for Chris Sale, who has taken over the major league lead from Scherzer with that effort so far. And he's cooking. 96 past him, 0-2. First couple of months of the season, these are the kind of games that Sale was involved in often, right? The 1-0 games. Lately, he's been getting a lot of run support. His last 2 wins were 11-0 against the Yankees and 10-5 at Kansas City. Trying to finish off the number 9 hitter. And he does. 99 on the corner to strike out Rua.
Oh, man, that is just ridiculous. Back-to-back pair of shoes on a fastball down. Huh? Look at this perfect pitch. Frozen. perfect.
He's got 7. I think the walk to Chirinos really ticked him off.
Yeah, he got kind of upset on that 2-0, that 1-0 pitch to Gallo, and then all of a sudden he started getting.
I think he got a little upset when Gallo bluffed the bunt too.
Huh.
I think that did not please him.
Yeah. There you go. Good call. Because I was wondering what he was upset about.
Yeah. And then you saw Alex Cora motioning, you know, be aware of the bunt, but I think that bothered him. It's not a good idea to bother him.
Yeah, you know Gallo's a pair of shoes waiting, or a punch out waiting to happen.
He's going to set a record at this pace. All-time single season record.
I mean, if there's a guy that's waiting to punch out, that would be the guy.
Oh, sure. Now he's up 0-2 on the Shields. Crowd really into it. They would like to see 3 consecutive strikeouts here in the 5th inning. Red Sox ahead 1-0. DeShields struck out first inning, popped up in the 3rd. Liner, but foul.
DeShields just trying to defend himself, really.
Next pitch will be 84 for Chris Sale.
Just do what Sandy says to do. Slider.
On 0-2. That was the right call. Down he goes. 3 consecutive Ks for Chris Sale. So he's really good announcers, but also really good ball players. Obviously, you get 3 All-Stars.
Yep.
But it's interesting, none of them are playing in the All-Star game.
2 got called up here, and the 3rd one, Rusney Castillo, was injured slightly in Sunday's game, so he didn't make it to the All-Star game.
Yep.
But I'm sure, you know, if they had their choice, those guys would rather be
How
here,
much fun are you having covering the Red Sox at this point?
It's amazing. You know, it's just every night you walk away with a smile and you wonder how they're going to do it, and it's just a pleasure to watch these guys, and it's got to be fun for you and to watch these guys do their thing.
Shot out to right field off the bat of JBJ, but Mazzara will handle that for a fast out. He is 0 for 2 tonight.
What's your take on this whole thing? I mean, on the Red Sox and where they're going to go, and the Yankees and what have you?
The Red Sox, I think it's going to be great. I mean, how many series do they have left with the Bombers, you know?
Well, the last series,
last
yeah,
weekend
right.
of the regular season is going to be here, and that is going to be, I think, epic. I mean, it's lining up that, you know, that could determine which team finishes in first and in the American League East. But so much fun to watch. A lot of scoreboard watching that's going on, you know, with regards to, and what's the Yankees doing tonight? They're up 5-0 in the 5th on Baltimore.
Well, you know, 2 ball clubs that can just flat score, and that's what makes them so much fun to watch.
Absolutely. I mean, I think there was a certain amount of trepidation of Red Sox fans about J.D. Martinez, and how great has he worked out?
Well, that's exactly what they needed. You know, they're missing the home runs, and they won it last year without even hitting home runs, but J.D. has been extra special. I mean, I know we were hoping to get a great player, but this is beyond what I thought we were going to get.
Absolutely. And Mookie, the way that he's hitting the ball now with a more aggressive approach at the plate, he's certainly a lot of fun to watch.
Mookie with a base hit, and he's also taken ball 4 in this one. Bartolo Colon still out there. 1-0 ball game, just 3 hits apiece.
This guy throwing 88-mile-an-hour little cut, you know, 2-seamers all night long.
Wow. It's been around a while, huh?
Just a little bit. 1-2 outside. And you know, you covered David Ortiz for many years, coming up to Fenway Park and watching Big Papi. You're talking about Martinez. That's the difference maker, right? The same way, and he hasn't done it yet in postseason play in October in World Series. I realize that, but JD has that same aura about himself, doesn't he?
He does. You know, he's the guy who'd stop to watch at bat.
Base hit for Mookie Betts, aboard for the 3rd time. 2 for 2 with the walk tonight. And that's the difference maker, and the difference the Red Sox are seeing from last year with the home run power and what he's done to influence the rest of the lineup.
Of course, the X factor is, as great as they're doing during the regular season, you wonder what's going to happen in the postseason. That's really, you know.
No question.
You see Mookie there getting a base hit between short and third. Now you'd think you'd try to make an attempt at a steal here. But once again, Bartolo's hard to run off of. He really is.
Benintendi 1 for 2 single. Profar at third, way off that line.
There he goes.
And a line shot into left field as Mookie Betts safely down to second base will stop there. And the Red Sox put together back-to-back hits.
It's exactly what they did the last time up, back-to-back hits with nobody out.
He's having a great stretch of games, hasn't he? Benintendi, love his swing.
Oh, his swing,
full
Fenway
extension.
Park.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
beautiful.
He's hit 2 pitches like that, down and away. He was on 1 knee last time up. The same ball, left field, line drive.
Well, he's now hitting over 300. Came into the ball game at 298, 2 for 3 tonight. And we'll send up Martinez. So far tonight, a rough evening for JD. Called out on strikes in the 1st inning, hit into a 6-4-3 double play in the 3rd. But now his 3rd at bat against Colon with 1 down and 2 aboard.
Maybe Colon's running out of his magic right now as we speak. Turn into a pumpkin right now. Boom, bang, 3-run Johnson.
Was he 45 years old, Dak? Yeah.
By the way, for Benintendi, that is 6 consecutive multi-hit games. He is cooking. And he had been in a lull before that, but he's out of it resoundingly. He had that stretch of games in Kansas City where he reached in 10 consecutive plate appearances. 2 on and 1 down. And the 1-0 well off the plate.
You guys done any math like late at night on, you know, what the potential for number of wins that this Red Sox team has for the regular season, and what have you come up with?
Math, Frank? Late at night, Frank?
Never a good thing, right?
I come up with math thinking you're going to win 100 games, but that may not be enough. That's the problem.
What's your thought on him? A lot of people are like, well, yeah, you could win 106, 107. You still might have to play a one game playoff.
They're on a pace for 111 right now.
Wow. Isn't that incredible?
Wow.
A 2-0. Hammer, that's fair down the line. That's going to keep on rolling. Mookie is in to score easily. Benintendi behind him. They're going to wave him in. Fable's trying to bring him home. No throw to the plate. 2 runs in. And the Red Sox on a big hit from Martinez. Now lead it 3-0.
They can only hold him off so long. A double play ball last time up in the same situation. And he goes inside 2-0. And you see Profar off the bag at third. He's playing way off. That's a sinker down the middle. Yanks it down the line, and there's so much room down there. I can't believe this.
That's 79 RBIs already.
Look at the room down the line there. I mean, just a ton of room. You're not playing the pull at all. Hits it down the line. What new? 79 RBIs and counting right now. He's the man.
Love how you look at the league stats. You really don't have to go down too far, do you, to see who's leading in all the categories
really
offensively?
Don't. They kind of stop after about 3 in many of them, if not most of them. Certainly with JD Martinez, Mookie Betts. Now here's Moreland. 0 for 1. He is also taking a ball. He cracks a high deep drive, but way down into the corner and foul. That's up into that area where we saw one last night. Don't see all that many from left-hand hitters into that second deck.
A little too quick.
Frank, I think that's the noise that Eck would make whenever he would allow one of those fair. I think it just came out naturally.
Might be a few other noises.
I know
you can't
that
say on television, right?
I know that sound, man.
One down. Martinez at second after the 2-run double. Frank Carpano joining us inside the booth on a beautiful night at Fenway. And the Red Sox trying to chase Bartolo Colon earlier than they did in Texas. On the edge for a strike.
We had Alex Spear up here last night. We got a 5 spot, and when they smoked the ball last night when he was up here.
Yes, a slew of doubles.
So is that how you score your guess? How many runs they can produce for the Red Sox? We'll see what we can do.
Yeah, we keep a list.
We don't forget.
If I want to be invited back, how many runs do they have to put on the board?
Here's the 0-2.
Paint.
Ooh. 92 that time. One of his best fastballs of the ball game, and Moreland caught looking, so they're 2 away.
He emptied the tank right there. 92 on the corner.
So it'll send up Xander Bogaerts 1 for 2 with a base hit. And Frank, what's your best guess on when the situation with the Paw Sox might be resolved?
Well, they got to get something going. Their lease is good at McCoy Stadium in Pawtucket through the 2020 season, and if you're going to construct a new stadium somewhere, there certainly some hoops you have to jump through in order to make that happen. So something's got to happen soon.
In there for a strike on Bogaerts. Brock Holt would hit next if given the opportunity.
Did you ever play a game at McCoy Stadium? Maybe a rehab or something?
A rehab once.
Yeah.
Yes. Gave up a home run.
Uh-oh.
Imagine that.
Did you?
Can't I just come in for an inning and just would you let me just
uneventful
get through this?
Just let me do something uneventfully.
Don't they know who you are, who I am? You kept juicing me when I go down here.
So the tradition now is when the major league guys come down, they buy a nice dinner for everybody on the team. Was that the tradition then?
Yes, exactly.
Do you remember where you got them dinner from?
I forget.
Yeah.
But you did spring.
I think.
You come on. You were still upset about the jack. You're like, forget it.
No dinner for you.
I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I know Dustin Pedroia has been very nice about that in his career when he's been on rehab. 1-1 will miss outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Red Sox ahead 3-0 against Cologne in Texas, going for the sweep and trying to make it 9 in a row. That would equal the Red Sox longest winning streak of 2018. Martinez, the base runner at second, and a 2-1. All even now on Bogaerts. As mentioned, Yankees leading 5-0 over Baltimore there in the 5th inning. So at least to this point, the Orioles have not been the help that they've been in the series.
Well, I think Orioles got them earlier this week, so that was certainly a help.
You see Sonny Gray pitching tonight. They needed a good start from him because he hasn't been pitching well at all for the Yankees.
I think he was on thin ice going into that start.
Oh yeah.
Two and two on Bogaerts. Colon trying to get out of the inning. Into left center, loop. Long run to Shields, coming on, sliding over, gets between them. Gallo couldn't get it either. Another run is in. Here comes Bogaerts into third. He'll slide in there to Shields and Gallo, crossing like ships in the night there. Unable to haul it in. It's 4-0.
Boy, you remind me opening day, the ball that Nunez hit, that inside the park home run, but here the ball's up in the air a little too long, but I thought they both just collided, maybe a knee. Ball got away, and that's a triple, RBI triple there for Bogey. Back-to-back nights. Somebody's knee's going to get. I think Gallo got hit in the knee. It could have been worse. Could have been a lot worse.
I think Gallo got his glove on it. Just a nick of the glove. And the Red Sox open it up to 4-0. Second hit for Xander Bogaerts. Second triple, as you mentioned, in as many nights after having not tripled all year. Brock Holt will try and keep it rolling now. He's grounded out twice to second and to short. Nick, you were talking about it when we came on the air for game one. This is not a good defensive team. Texas Rangers, they make a lot of errors and made two tonight. No error on that play, but not a lot of communication.
They shift a lot of guys around. You think of Ryan Rua at first base. He plays left. You know, all of them. They just don't have a set lineup more than anything else.
So Xander Bogaerts all the way down to third, 57 driven in for him now. And the 0-2 to Brock Holt.
Should we expect something from the Red Sox before the trade deadline, you think, guys?
I don't think anything big. You know, something, you know, don't say never, but I just think, if anything, just a relief pitcher.
1-2. Popped him up. Off third profile into foul territory to retire the side. But the Red Sox, with Frank in the house, now on top 4-0. Always great to see you, my friend.
Nice to see you, Dave. Thank you very much,
thanks, Frank.
Good to see you.
Frank Carpano joining us in the booth. Red Sox 4 and Texas 0. Champions, game number 94 that year. The Red Sox beat Seattle 8-7 in 10 innings. Daniel Navas singled To score Jackie Bradley Jr. and break the tie, Stephen Wright earned his first major league victory. Red Sox leading this one 4-0, moving on to the 6th inning behind Chris Sale, who has punched out 8 and has allowed 3 hits. Red Sox just got 3 runs to open up the 4-0 advantage. And Sale to get 2, 3, and 4 in the batting order, which includes Adrian Beltre. Andrus to lead it off, a double, a fly to center. Red Sox are scheduled to play 98 games before the All-Star break. That would be their most ever. And a line drive down the left field line that's going to bounce all the way to the warning track against the base of the monster. It'll be 2 bases again for Elvis Andrus. So he is 2 for 3.
Boy, Elvis is coming around tonight off of Chris Sale. He gets another breaking ball, kind of flat breaking ball. This ball stays up. Very hittable. Pretty much does what he did the first time up. Double down the line.
So their 4th hit. Mazzara next. He has whiffed and grounded to second. So 0 for 2 tonight. Red Sox inviting in Toronto tomorrow. Taking on a Blue Jay team that at the moment is 6 games under 500.
Oh, they're coming from Atlanta,
where they're being shut out right now, 6-0 in the 4th inning. Sales 0-1. Topper toward third. Nunez to charge that and fire. Not going to get him. They're going to be safe on the corners. Infield single from Mazzara.
well, he didn't hit it very hard, but perfect placement. You know, I saw right out of the box. He gets out of the box too with that chopper. You got to hurry up here, and Nunez hasn't got enough time. He runs pretty good. Big long strides.
Beltre 1 for 2 with a base hit. You and I were talking about the miscommunication by the Cleveland Indians that cost them a ball game possibly last night. They brought in the wrong relief pitcher. They didn't bring in the guy they wanted to because of miscommunication between the dugout and the bullpen. Well, Terry Francona's apologized to Cleveland Indian fans for that. He said today, I thought about it at 1 o'clock in the morning. I thought about it at 2, at 3, and at 4. He said it was embarrassing. He said between 6 and 8, I actually slept a little bit.
I totally get it. I mean,
sure,
he'll eat you alive.
And knowing Terry Francona, there's no doubt about it.
Well, he said after the game, I saw the presser, he said, I take full responsibility.
He did, and so did his pitching coach, Carl Willis, and so did about 4 other people. But Francona and several of his coaches had trouble getting past that communication breakdown. Helped the Reds score 7 runs in the 9th inning. As the Reds were rallying, Francona wanted to bring in the lefty Oliver Perez to face Joey Votto. But pitching coach Carl Willis thought he heard Francona tell him to summon the right-hander Dan Otero. Francona said he thought I said OT, which is Otero's nickname. Right. He said I said OP. So whatever was said, it wasn't okay.
I bet you they changed their nicknames.
I'll bet you anything. That was a pregame meeting today.
Yeah, kidding.
Beltre with 2 on, nobody out. Red Sox had 4-0. And the 1-2. Down he goes. Down he goes hacking. 9th K in the book for Sale.
That's always a weapon, that high fastball to right-handed hitters. He showed him the fastball before, and he went right back to it. Ball's out of the strike zone. Can't get there.
Odora fly to left and a strikeout tonight, 0 for 2. Ground ball. Sale has it to Bogart's one. Oh, the first got him with a bang bang play and a double play. Chris Sale with a shot right back at him.
He's a cat.
He will pause for a moment. They'll think about possibly.
Quick as a cat, catches it on one hop. Hurry up, hurry, hurry, hurry. Delivers it to Bogey, and he turns it. You see, he knew he had to get it there in a hurry. Bogey, not the greatest of throws, but gets something on it. Bang, bang at first. Big double play.
He's a really, really good fielder. Outstanding defender. He got a great kick out of catching a pop-up and foul ground in Kansas City.
Yeah, he did.
Nunez has gone 0 for 2. He is reached on there by the second baseman. And he's also grounded short. Sox ahead 4-0. Near the bottom of the 6th. Off the end of the bat, popped out to right center field. Here comes DeShields, sliding ahead, can't get it. Nunez wanting second to throw. Here's the tag, and he's out. Thought he could pick up second base, but he's cut down. Ron Renicky on the phone to see what they can see, and a man is injured in the outfield here. It's DeShields, who's had a lot of adventures out there tonight.
Well, he came from a long ways away, fell way short of the ball. I don't know what he landed on, a knee or something, but he had no chance at this ball. This ball falls in easy, but Nunez tries to get two out of it, and he gets thrown out fairly easy. Once again, Mazzara makes the throw. Easy throw, really.
Base hit. He's out 9-6.
Jolted his head.
Yeah, this appears to be concussion related, possibly. So one man away. Take another look at the dive.
Yeah, maybe he just jolted his neck because he holds his head.
Jeff Bannister, the manager, out there too.
You think they have to be safe and take him off the field. And
indeed they will. So DeShields is going to come out. Would appear to be the proper thing to do. His health and safety above all. So they'll have to replace him in center field, and they'll need a new leadoff man. Red Sox leading 4-0. Eduardo Nunez just out at second base after the bloop single fell in. DeShields trying to make an effort to catch it.
Yeah, they're going to see Guzman go to first and Rua go out to the outfield.
So Rua would give way to Guzman, and Guzman would become the leadoff man and hit forward to Lino DeShields. Rua going inside to change a glove as he gives up the first baseman's mitt. Ronald Guzman now in the ball game at first. Red Sox have out hit them 8-5. So Ryan Rua to take over in center. Been a tough season already for the Texas Rangers. At 40-53. They are in the basement in the AL West after a long run of success, and came so close as you can come to winning the World Series. They were one strike away.
Ball out of Nelson Cruz's reach.
Over his head.
Yep.
Freeze of the St. Louis Cardinals. Matt Moore, the left-hander, starting to loosen in their bullpen. Been a long wait for Bartolo Colon. One man out, ready to work now to Sandy Leon, who's popped up and struck out tonight. Sox up 4-0. And he cranks a base hit into right field. So Sandy 1 for 3. Time to see who's been driving the ball now. Toyo Tires, Jackie Bradley Jr. last 14. Hitting .319 with 2 homers and 12 runs batted in. Toyo Tires is the official tire of the Boston Red Sox. Jackie has gone 0 for 2 tonight. He's grounded to the pitcher and fly to right field. Red Sox last year swung at only 44% of pitches thrown. That was the fewest of any team in the major leagues. This year they're swinging at 47%, 13th most in Major League Baseball. That is way up from a year ago. And attacking early philosophy. Totally different philosophy. Alex Cora and the man right behind him, Tim Hires, hitting coach in particular. Socked into center. That's driven deep. Rua tested right away, right back to the wall, and he's got it. Made a nice play. Sandy Leon retreating to first.
Wouldn't you know it, you just get out to center field from first base. It's right at you, over your head. He makes a nice play on this. Jackie hits this ball pretty good, just not enough to get to the wall. Very relaxed catch there by Rua. Not much room left.
2 down for Mookie Betts. Good night again for Mookie. 2 singles, a walk, on base 3 times. Look at that batting average, .351. Tops in the major leagues. .94 pitches for Bartolo Colon. .22 home runs for Mookie Betts. 2-0.
You can't be in a hurry to try to give him something to hit right here.
Good count. Hard hit. Snagged by Andrus. The throw into second. He's off the bag. Looked like the throw was going to be there in time to retire Sandy Leon, but he brought him off the base.
Almost a spectacular play on both ends by Andrus and Odor. Odor with the splits. Just comes off the bag, but that ball was ripped. One hop. You see Andrus way out in the outfield. The throw is a good throw, but just too far away from the bag. He does the splits, but he's not even close to second base. That would have been what a hell of a
might have been,
out, huh?
yeah, but it was not, and he paid the price for this because now they're going to bring the trainer out yet again to attend to Odor.
Spiked
down to the split.
I don't know what he got right here. Obviously the splits can't feel that good.
Yeah, had a little trouble getting up out of that split. That's what it was.
Kind of a growing pull in there.
Well, they're going to look at the play now. This one is under review.
What's to look at?
Whether his foot was on the bag.
Did you see him come close with the foot on the bag?
They have decided they want the review here. On the force play, right now it's a base hit for Mookie Betts.
Well, you see the replay. It's a one hopper. He picks it, and is his foot on the bag? Yeah, I think it might be. He just waited too long to make the call, and obviously the foot was off the bag. But right here on that one hop, called it.
Yep.
How about that?
They turn it over, and that will end the inning. That is out number 3. Still 4-0 Boston.
What a great play. No hit.
Flavors you love: pistachio, cookie dough, butter pecan. Stop by and grab your favorite flavor. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. This is a limited time offer. On to the 7th inning. Red Sox up 4-0. So Mookie Betts is denied a base hit as they overturn the call at second base. Lines up a force play, and a heck of a play.
Great play by Odor. Not to say that Andrus didn't make a nice play to get to it. It's not like you do the splits every day.
No, a lot of us are in the hospital after that.
You're kidding.
Heath Hembree, who has been so good for weeks now, warming in the bullpen. 97 pitches here for Sale, and it's fouled away by Profar. He's gone 0 for 2. Sale has collected 9 strikeouts. He has allowed 5 hits.
You think he knows he's got 9 strikeouts? You know what I'm saying? Because 10 is a big deal, right?
I don't know. Did you when you were pitching?
Yeah,
you were counting them up as you went?
Yeah, kind of. Well, I never got that much all the time. You know what I mean? But you did know. He does it so often. I don't know if he does.
Nunez to fire across the diamond. Close and safe.
Whoa!
Profar beat it, according to first base umpire Bill Miller.
He was getting it down the line. I thought there's no way he was going to be safe on this.
What do you think now?
I mean, I don't know. It's tie. Ooh. Now, because he called him safe, I don't think they'll turn it. Because it could have gone either way, but don't you think? He talked him into it right away.
No challenge.
No challenge. There you go. He was running down the line.
He beat it. Give him credit. Flying up that line for single.
You know, coming from the right-hand side of the box.
Chirinos has singled and taken ball 4. So leadoff man on here in the 7th inning. So in your starting days, as Diekman is getting ready in their bullpen, and you know you had some early punch outs,
Yeah.
you started. You kept track of all that.
You had a good. You knew when you're close to 10. I knew when I didn't have any. Believe me. You're sitting in the 5th inning worried about strikeouts. You haven't got any.
Now, how about I hear pitchers say this all the time when they're flirting with a no-hitter, and they're in the 6th, 7th, maybe even in the 8th inning, and someone gets a base hit, and they go after the game, I didn't even know I was throwing a no-hitter.
Please.
That's what I always think.
Come on
now.
I know exactly when the first hit was.
That's what I thought.
Right.
I think we all thought that. Down he goes at 98 miles an hour. He punches out Chirinos. There's the 10th, and let's go down to Jemai.
Well, Dave, as we sit here in awe of what Chris Sale has been able to do over his Red Sox tenure, and this season specifically, I asked first-year pitching coach Dana Levangie if his job is any easier on sale days, and he said not really. No matter what's going on, we're always locked in, whether it's Chris Sale, David Price, Rick Porcello, or a pitcher who was just called up from the minor leagues, with what our guys are doing and always checking to see what's going on, seeing how they're delivering the baseball. But Chris Sale so far doing his job tonight. You saw the spectacular play that he made, the double play last half inning. So maybe Dana's job is a little easier on sale days.
It's a lot of fun, I can tell you that, for everybody concerned. He has 10 strikeouts, so that's 5 consecutive starts of at least 10. Whew. He's got Gallo lined up for the 3rd time, and for the 11th time tonight should he get him here. 103 pitches.
Big off-speed breaking ball, follows it up with 98. He can get 0-2 in a heartbeat.
One and 2. So you go from that 81-mile-an-hour slider,
right,
to a 100-mile-an-hour fastball.
It's almost a 20-mile-an-hour difference. And the last time he painted him with almost 100 on the corner, down and away. Gallo didn't like it, but he's just take his shoes back to the dugout. Now he can swing and go back to the dugout.
And down goes Gallo for the 3rd time, nodding his head, saying yes indeed.
I mean, when you've seen 100 and then he's going to take something off, you're bound to be. He just swings hard just in case it hits his bat. It didn't hit his bat that time.
So at least 11 strikeouts now in 5 consecutive starts.
It's already a record. It's already a record,
right?
Because of the one walk.
The one
That's
walk
what makes it a record.
Back in the 5th inning, right? And he had done that in 4 consecutive games. 11 or more strikeouts, just 1 walk. Tagged foul by Roar. He has struck out 2 times, 0 for 2. 4-0 Sox here in the 7th inning on a sale night, where he is churning and burning again.
He'd like to get this punch out and just take it to the house. Once again, close to what, 75% strikes.
They appeal and no swing, according to Bill Miller. Chris Sale's pitching line brought to you by Ace Ticket. So similar to the last 6 or 7 starts.
You know, power pitchers with that kind of command, it's just unheard of. Let's see.
That'll trickle away as the runner will advance. One and two. I think Sandy Leon's asking
I thought it was a foul ball.
And the umpire's nodding his head no.
Sandy should know. No, he didn't hit it. I don't see it. He just didn't catch it.
It's going to be a pass ball to allow the runner Profar to get down to second. The crowd wants this strikeout right now.
What do you want to do here? Air it out? Yep. 99.
Two down. Here's the 2-2.
Yep.
What a pleasure. 98 miles an hour. The 12th strikeout of the night.
What a capper.
Gently used professional clothing at any Men's Warehouse. You help unemployed men and women look their very best as they re-enter the workforce. You can learn more at mwsuitdrive.com. Another spectacular night for Chris Sale as the Red Sox come up to bat here in the bottom of the 7th inning, leading 4-0. Sale with 12 strikeouts as Diekman is now in the ball game. His 39th appearance, 3.45 ERA.
Diekman's a little bit of Sale in him. You know, kind of nasty from the left-hand sides. I was thinking before, I played with Pedro, but just 1 year, you know, that kind of dominance. But over the course of my career, I never played with anybody this dominant as a pitcher. In any rotation I was ever in.
Not even.
No, I'm trying to think. There was never anybody like this.
With those Oakland teams?
No, not like this.
Yeah.
No, this is complete dominance. You know, the 300 strikeouts, the no walks.
That's what gets me.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I mean, a lot of guys throw 98, 99 miles an hour. That'll be in there at 95 for strike 3 to get Benintendi. But you don't walk anybody, but you're throwing that hard,
right.
and you're throwing that slider,
and you're throwing that changeup. I mean, come on. He doesn't even probably consider two seamers. You know, he just changes speeds with his breaking ball, backdoor, hard one down and in, right? Gas high and away, gas in. Mix it, you know, he throws it all over the place. Gets 3 and 2. He's not afraid to go throw 3 balls. I mean, it'd be one thing if he didn't want to go deep into counts.
He doesn't do it very often, but he's not afraid to do it.
The guy he walked 3-2 changeup. Remember?
Yeah. Doing some housekeeping.
You got to put that away till next year.
0-1. That one ate him up a bit.
See, this Diekman, he's nasty too.
0-2.
They got him from Philly.
J.D. Martinez again an influence in the ball game with a key 2-run double in the 5th inning off Cologne. So now up to 79 runs batted in. And oh, by the way, hitting .331. But he will strike out here for the 2nd time tonight. Back-to-back Ks. Time now for a game break, brought to you by Jordan's, the furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. Here's Tom Caron. Tom, thank you very much. So there's a final pitching line on Chris Sale. 110 pitches, 1 walk, just 6 hits over 7, 12 strikeouts. Great hand when he came out, and a huge smile when he got inside the dugout. But I'm not sure he smiled until he got inside the dugout.
He is intense. This guy is one of the most, to me, the most dominant pitchers I've ever seen.
Didn't Welch win 27 games one year?
Yeah, he's 27-6, but it wasn't dominant. You know, he's not a contact guy, but not a guy striking. He didn't even strike out 200 guys.
It was 1990.
1990, yeah.
And you were there. That is a huge Chris Sale compliment you're floating there.
Oh, but I'm trying to think some of the other guys. I played with Gaylord Perry, but he didn't have it going on that year. He had it a couple of years. He had it going on.
Wave and a miss, and Moreland fan 1-2-3. The Red Sox all on strikeouts at the end of 7, 4-0.
want to dig yourself, turn on this video on this punch-out package by Chris Sale. Fastball looking, sweeping slider, swing and a miss. Pair of shoes with a slider looking. Then again, that slider is just a swing and miss slider. Another pair of shoes to Odor. Look at this fastball paint on the outside corner to Gallo. Fastball paint again. This is beautiful. Slider, that works too. High gas to Beltre there. High fastball again. I'll tell you, and let's end it with a slider down and away. No, we're not done yet. Gas. See ya. Walk off.
BioFreeze, pain relief that works. You want to dig yourself, check out this punch-out package.
Take it home with you.
So here's Hembry, who has been terrific. Overall 4-1, 355. But he has been dynamite out of this bullpen. A 1.74 ERA in his last 22 appearances. So he's lowered his ERA from 5.7 to 3.5, which is not an easy thing to do.
No, and he's done it very slowly. And that's why he's quietly been doing a great job. But we know, we see it.
Guzman's first at bat. He came on when DeShields had to leave. He's being evaluated. We're being told DeShields is for a possible neck injury, but they're checking him out. The neck and head. After he tried to make a sliding stab of a pop-up in right center field and landed awkwardly. Here's the 0-2.
Those are hard sliders, what he does. That was a 90-mile-an-hour slider. That's not a cutter.
One, two, and he puts him away. Guzman down, hacking, one gone in the 8th.
You know, he had trouble with left-handed hitters last year. Not the case this year. Back-to-back sliders. Swings over the top of that thing. That's his punch-out pitch to a left-handed hitter.
Well, you look at these last 5 starts from Chris Sale.
Ooh.
11 strikeouts, 13, 11, 12, 11. Every one of those starts, he walked exactly one man. And he did not allow more than 2 runs in any of them.
His ERA in those starts probably under 1.
I think it is now.
Yeah.
On his way to the All-Star game, trying to pick up his 10th win. It's up to the bullpen from here. But Sale did his part in the 200th start of his career.
Let's keep him fresh, huh? I mean,
Chavez now loosening in their bullpen.
That's the job. The job is to keep him fresh.
Well, don't you think that Alex Cora and Dana LeVangie have done a very good job of that so far?
They have. They definitely have.
And there were some critics about this early in the season, like, let him go 7, 8, 9. Looking really fresh right now, but the key is going to be, and the game plan is to make him stay that fresh into October.
You know, there's aces and then there's aces. This guy is the man.
I think there are number ones.
Yes.
Every staff's got one, right?
Oh, everybody's got one because you have to have one.
Got to have
that
one.
Doesn't mean you're.
But how many aces are there truly?
Handful.
In all of baseball. I mean, true aces. And that's the guy that you look at and go, he's going to strike out 10.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to go 7, maybe 8 innings. He's going to shut the other guy down. He's an ace.
Yes.
And everybody believes that in that clubhouse. May not happen every single time.
I mean, it's so invaluable. You know, not that many teams have them. So if you have one, you're thrilled.
Well, Chris Sale is certainly that man. Andrus with a little looper. Off the glove. Into right field. So Andrus has had quite a night. That's his 3rd hit.
Yeah, catch a condensed 2-hour version of this Red Sox game at midnight. Sox and 2. Sox and 2 is brought to you by Cumberland Farms, where you can get iced coffee for 99 cents. Any size, any day.
The effort by Moreland trying to get up.
he just couldn't get up. He was sort of backpedaling a little bit.
So 3 hits for Andrus, 3 for 4. He's on with 1 down. Red Sox hit 4-0. In the top of the 8th from Mazara. 1 for 3, an infield single tonight. Chris Sale had back-to-back starts in May. One of them against Texas, the very next one against Toronto, where he struck out 27 men. Runner goes, a cut and a miss. Here's the throw down. Bogarts will cut that off in front of second base. So Andrus with a theft.
Andrus always could run.
But for an extended period of time here, I don't know if anybody's pitching better than Chris Sale is right now.
Nobody. Absolutely nobody. You know, the Verlanders and the Coles and the Mortons, and I don't know, there's a list of them.
Well, don't leave out Severino.
Oh, hello, Severino. He'd be the closest, but still, he's not to the level of dominance with the consistent strikeouts. He won a game the other day, gave up 5 runs, remember? I think 5 runs. He went 5 innings. Not a great start, but he got a win. Not that you have to deal every time you go out there, but that was one game that he didn't. So I mean, right there.
He's got 14 wins, ERA of 2.12. Sale's ERA has dropped down tonight from 2.36.
And if you had to vote for Cy Young right now, that'd be a tough call.
All-Star break fast approaching. After tonight, 4 games remaining for the Sox before the break. All with Toronto. Right here at Fenway.
You don't know who we're going to face. Toronto starting rotation kind of up in the air, huh?
Yeah, with not a single starter listed.
I mean, hello. Yeah, you wonder what that's all about. You'd think that we would know.
Red Sox have starters announced for the first 3 games of the series. Price, Porcello, and Rodriguez.
What do they got? Nothing.
They have TBD, who has never lost.
I think we're going to get Happ at one of them. We've got 4 games with him. Who's been tough on the Red Sox. Been mentioned in trades.
Right. Chris Sale's ERA incidentally dropping to 2.23 tonight. With another tremendous effort. One after another.
Look at these starting pitchers, what they do. Huh? I'm telling you.
2-2 all the way to the backstop, off the mitt. That'll advance the runner. So Andrus down to third base. The home run derby mobile game is back with more competition, more challenge, more dingers than ever before. You can enter the code All-Star DC to unlock the exclusive All-Star gear at MLB.com/HRD game. So wild pitch gets Andrus 90 feet away. And only one man out, and the count 3-2 on Mazara. Beltre on deck. Diving effort by Brock Holt, but that's off the glove, and the run is in. And Texas is on the scoreboard on a base hit by Mazara. That'll make it 4-1. That'll be his 57th RBI.
Yeah, the curveball that time by Hembry. Normally it's a slider, but that's a curveball that he hooks into the hole. There's a headlong dive there by Holt. Almost gets to it. Got a glove on it. But if he doesn't catch it clean, he's not going to get him anyway. The run was going to score. But a base hit by Mazara.
So here's Beltre tonight, 1 for 3, a single in the 4th inning. Continues to push well beyond 3,000 career hits in his Hall of Fame bound career. Active leader in hits with 3,112 now. He's number 20 all time. He is 3 away from tying Alex Rodriguez on the all-time list, and recently passed Ichiro for most hits by a non-U.S. native. Down he goes, strike 3.
Import the Nets and Red Sox schedule on any device for alerts 15 minutes prior to each game, with matchup info, streaks, updated times, and more. Visit NESN.com/schedule to import the schedule. Presented by Franklin Sports, the official batting glove of the Boston Red Sox and Major League Baseball.
So 2 down, a man on. Odor now 0 for 3. Red Sox leading 4-1. We are in the 8th inning. High chop. That's going to find its way into right field. Holt giving chase, can't get it. Mazzara into 3rd and into 2nd. Odor, he'll dive in with a double. So a little bit of trouble here. Runners will be on at 2nd and 3rd, and all of a sudden they're close to getting right back in this thing late.
Little innocent little chopper that goes over the head of Moreland by Odor. I mean, look at the bounce on that. You don't see that kind of bounce, like a cement bounce. Boing, it's over easily over the head of Moreland. Odor takes a chance there trying to go for 2. Mookie comes up with the throw. Headlong dive into 2nd, but he's in there.
Now Hembree had been really tough, but in this inning, 2 singles, a double, a wild pitch. He's allowed a stolen base. And now it's 2nd and 3rd with 2 away in a 3-run game. And Craig Kimbrell loosening up in the pen. Getting set to head off to another All-Star game. Calling all New England Deadheads. You can join the annual Grateful Dead tribute night at Fenway Monday, July 30. Receive a Grateful Dead Red Sox t-shirt as part of a special ticket package. Order yours right now at redsox.com/Grateful Dead. Jurickson Profar, the batter, 1 for 3 with an infield single. The hits are now even at 9. Rangers making noise here in the 8th. There are 2 away, but Mazzara's at 3rd and Odor is standing at 2nd.
I was going to say, be careful with that breaking ball down and in.
So for the first time in a while, a little bit tense here at Fenway. Yankees still beating up on the Orioles. They're in the 8th inning, 7-0 New York. Red Sox with a 3.5 game lead at the moment. The 1-0. 2-0. Hembree on in relief of Chris Sale. Trying to come back from a 2-0 count. And drives in a strike at 88. And a 2-1 pitch to Profar. That's off the outside. So Hembree has not been razor sharp as we have seen him for quite some time. Chirinos on deck.
Trying to be careful, but he threw that 2-0 slider right down the middle. So I say be careful right here. You got a right-handed hitter on deck.
He's got Kimbrel.
This guy's in a real good hitters count.
3-1. And he does walk him. And that is going to load up the bases and bring out the manager. And Kimbrel about to enter. So as good as Hembree has been, he was off in that inning. No question about it. 3 hits, a walk, a wild pitch. Out he comes. Not his night. He leaves behind a mess here with 2 down. They are all loaded up. Red Sox lead suddenly does not feel very comfortable.
Yep.
And Craig Kimbrel reporting for duty.
Here's a score.
Up 4-0. Looked like they were in great shape the way Heath Hembree has been throwing the ball. Not sure that Craig Kimbrel would even get into the contest, but he's in now.
Yeah, Sunday on an all-new Nesson clubhouse, we're celebrating World Emoji Day with some of our new favorite Red Sox. Find out what their go-to emoji is on Nesson Clubhouse Sunday morning at 11:30 on Nesson. Presented by Delta Dental of Massachusetts. Emoji.
All right, 2 down, a man at every base for Texas. It'll be Mazzara at third, Odor at second, Profar at first.
You see that 1 for 3, a 3-run bomb he hit off of him.
And Chirinos is up there to do exactly that. He's hit 11 home runs, only batting .206. And he will look at ball 1.
I thought they would start him off with a breaking ball, but this is, I thought, a high strike. Didn't get it. This guy wants to come out of his shoes.
Bases loaded with 2 down and a 1-0. Not near the plate there. 2 balls, no strikes.
It's a problem when you come in with the bases loaded. You got nowhere to put anybody. You have no room to make a mistake. You'd rather walk somebody than make a big mistake.
No place to put the number 7 hitter Chirinos, the 2-0. That's ball 3. Gallo on deck.
Well, we've seen him come back 3-0 a lot. I mean, he'll yank 3 balls and then punch somebody out, just like no big deal. We got to find out right now.
Looking to come all the way back. Here's the 3-0. And he takes ball 4. 98 miles an hour, but that's going to walk in a run. Here comes Mazzara to score, and that'll make it 4-2. as Chirinos takes the walk on 4 pitches. And Chirinos picks up his 37th RBI. And brings up Joey Gallo, who has struck out 3 times tonight. Just a 187 hitter, but 21 home runs. And run obviously charged to Hembry.
There, try that breaking ball. Didn't work either. Ball.
1-0. Gallo has already struck out 128 times this season.
Hasn't found his release point yet up to this point.
And a 1-0, that's in there for a strike.
Oh,
big cheer going up.
Little opposite location there. He can reach back to frame that fastball. This fastball's hot. He sit up on the outside corner, reaches over. It is a strike.
One. Boy, he was trying to hit that 900 feet. 1-2 the count.
Yeah, breaking ball, and he's just gone too early. He's geared for that gas. I mean, I don't blame him. I'm not going to say anything.
Fouled it away, just barely alive on the breaking ball.
I'm shocked he fouled it off.
Gallo 0 for 6 with 1 strikeout against Kimbrel.
See this breaking ball down. It's a ball. He gets a piece of it. I'm not going to talk about throwing a high piece of cheese here. I did it last night. It almost backfired.
Bases loaded, 2 down. Two.
Just got to throw a ball is what you got to do. Think he goes back to his breaking ball?
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah, it's such a long swing on the last one.
Yeah, just show him that high fastball and then back to the breaking ball. You don't have to throw it for a strike.
He got him. 99 up the ladder to strike out Gallo and leave him loaded.
That's what I said.
Exactly.
That's what you do. Well, you take your choice here, curveball down or high gas, and Kimbrel goes with the high cross-seam cheese, about 99, and it sets down Gallo. Bases loaded, big punch out.
It's exactly what we were both calling for, the high cross-seam cheese.
Yes.
Not the breaking ball. You can do it either way.
Yes, I think he could have done it either way. How about that?
So bottom of the 8th inning, Red Sox up 4-2 as this one tightens up. Jesse Chavez coming out of their bullpen, slender right-hander. Xander tonight has singled and tripled. He's driven in a run and scored.
Boy, he got a gift triple, didn't he? A little pop up over the second baseman with a drawn in infield. Living right. Back-to-back triple nights.
Brock Holt on deck, and then Eduardo Nunez, the 0-1.
Boy, this is a triple. This triple was slugged. Look at this thing. Little flare to center field, and they collide out there. Delano DeShields doesn't get hurt on that play. Gets hurt in another play.
This one's smoked for the wall.
Oh.
Big turn, but that's a Fenway Park base hit as he dives back in. How about hitting the ball that hard and you're diving for your life to get back to first?
Well, first of all, it takes a while to hit a ball that hard, you know, coming out of the right-hand side of the box. I mean, this is a slider that he just crushes, man. Boom. That shillelagh went through that thing and hit it off the boards. And you're trying to get it, but he knows better. He just knows better. You can't get two. You just can't. He would have been out. Dead duck. That's 3 hits for Bogey tonight.
2 singles, a triple. Hard hit, snagged by Odor. Nice play out at second on the first, double play. Well, they've made some plays up the middle tonight.
I'll tell you what, Odor, boy, he's had a good night defensively. Got some hits tonight too, but this is a nice pick. This ball is, I thought this ball had some hair on it. This one hopper, wasn't it? Goes down on one knee, tries to hurry up and get it out. He gets it out just in time, and Andrus turns it.
Odor is some athlete.
Yeah, Brock got robbed.
Another one hit right on the screws. Well, 2 down after the twin killing brings up Nunez. 1 for 3 with a base hit. He tried to make it a double, but he was thrown out at second. Red Sox ahead 4-2. The hits are very close in this one. Red Sox have 10, Texas 9. And everything's been inside the ballpark tonight. And a 2-0 with the bases empty. Towards center field, falling. Rual will play it on a bounce, in for a single. Nunez with his second hit. He's 2 for 4. Been swinging a pretty good bat here in recent weeks. Here's our game summary now, brought to you by Xfinity. With 2 down in the last of the 8th inning, Bartolo Colon lasted 6 innings tonight. He allowed 9 hits and 3 earned. Chris Sale was fantastic again. Look at that, 12 strikeouts, 1 walk, no runs, 6 hits over 7. He's been the big story again.
I thought Colon pitched decently, didn't you? For the most part.
I think he did too.
Scratched a couple runs off.
I think when you think about Bartolo Colon, first thing that pops into your mind is, well, no one else is pitching at 45.
Right.
And he still is.
Yeah, and I didn't expect him to be pitched the way he did tonight.
So if he can go, 6 innings, and he went 7 against the Red Sox in Arlington, it's impressive. Especially against a lineup like the Red Sox.
Right. I mean, he saw what he did. He's just dotting corners.
At about 88.
Hooray for velocity, but if you can dot it, you can still pitch.
2 down, a man on. And roll to the second baseman. Easier play for Odor here to retire the side. We move on to the 9th inning. Red Sox closing in on their 9th consecutive win.
Who says summer gets all the fun?
buy or get up to 60 months no interest with equal payments and no minimum. See Jordans.com for details. Red Sox 4, Texas 2 as we bring you the 9th inning. Kimbrel back out there looking to lock it up and put the Red Sox into the win column for the 9th consecutive game and bring the Red Sox a record of 65-29. Yankees have a handy lead late in their ball game against the Orioles, so the Red Sox need the win. It would appear to remain 3.5 games in front. And he will get 9, 1, and 2 in the batting order for the Rangers. Red Sox looking to sweep an opponent for the 3rd consecutive series. Got Washington and Kansas City on the road, back home here against Texas after taking the first 2. Been a long night for Ryan Rua, who has struck out 3 times. The man in front of him, Gallo, struck out 4 times. Guzman on deck. And Kimbrel with the 0-1. Got the strike.
That's a good curveball. The one before that was just flat. This one's going down and sideways and right on the corner. See what he's going to put him away with. Air it out.
He heard you, but he missed with it at 98. Red Sox pitching has fanned 15 Texas Rangers. Two and 2. Key inning scoring wise for the Red Sox was the bottom of the 5th inning. They got 3. Here's the 2-2 from Kimbrel. He struck him out looking. Rua fans for the 4th time. So that's 8 strikeouts between their 8 and 9 batters.
Yeah, that's not good. The bottom of the order, and he finally gets it. He finally finds that corner through a couple fastballs previous to this, but bang, finally got the corner.
Well, Speedway will be donating $500 to Boston Children's Hospital for every Red Sox homer through the end of August. Use your Speedy Rewards card when you purchase 3 cooler beverages and receive 1,000 bonus points. Guzman now. And now Kimbrel is dealing. You mentioned he had some difficulty finding his release point for a while there in the 8th before he struck out Gallo.
He has a tendency to yank it, as we know. In fact, that last one there, Sandy had to reach all the way across again, and he got the strike.
Well, that almost got Andrus in the on deck area. That foul ball. He had to dance.
He couldn't even get the bat started. This ball eats him up.
Yikes.
Gonna hurt somebody.
One man out in the 9th inning. Sox by 2.
Yes, he did.
They appeal. No, he didn't. Alan Porter said no. And look at where Andrus has gone now.
Let the kid sit in front of him.
Hiding behind the bat boy.
That's weak, man.
Here's the 1-2. And time granted.
He's firing it up there. A little curveball.
Time was granted, but Kimbrel didn't notice.
He did not see the memo. Once he goes sideways, he looks like he looks at the 3rd baseman, you know. No one told him. Usually the umpire at 3rd will go, hey, hey, hey.
Boy. Now everyone on the same page. And Guzman hacking is down on strikes. 2 gone. Red Sox have struck out 16 tonight.
Well, you know, Texas Rangers, they're known to punch out, and he was going to swing at that high fastball sooner or later. Check swing the last time, not this time. God, it looks so simple. Just throw it real high, as hard as you can, and they're out.
I guess.
Problem is you have to know how to throw it high and hard.
He buries that first one at 99. There have been 17 strikeouts tonight by the Red Sox staff. Red Sox an out away from tying their season high wins in a row at 9. That's a strike. He is dealing. Andrus will be barking at the umpire here, getting back in. He didn't like the call, but
yeah, he thought it was inside. But meanwhile, it's 0-2,
and the crowd is up. And the 0-2 bounced it up there, the breaking ball. 17 strikeouts by the Red Sox pitching staff ties a season high. It equals what they did back in May in a game against Texas.
Texas had changed that pattern a little bit. At the start of the season, they were leading the world in punch-outs. Gotten better, but not tonight because of Chris Sale and this guy too.
Kimbrel looking to end it. And that is fitting, isn't it? Strike 3. The Red Sox win again. And the beat goes on for Boston. The Red Sox have made it 9 in a row. And they sweep an opponent, TC, for the 3rd consecutive series.